Greetings, lovelies. Hi, it's Emmy. Welcome back to another Emmy Eats. Today, I'll be eating Slovakia. So this beautiful package was sent to me by Little Miss B. Thanks so much, Little Miss B, for sending me this package of Slovakian treats. This will be my first taste of Slovakia. For those of you that don't know where Slovakia is, Little Miss B has provided a map. Ding! So there it is, right in the middle of Europe, just south of Poland, north of Hungary, and east and west of Austria and Ukraine. So since 1993, it's been called the Republic of Slovak, or Slovakia for short, and it's been that way since Czechoslovakia separated or disillusioned peacefully in 1993. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the first thing I want to try. Little Miss B instructed that I put this in the freezer right away and take it down to thaw when I was ready to eat. And please forgive my poor Slovakian. Údeny Oravsky korbačik. These are cheese whips that have been braided, and they're smoked, and it's made from sheep's milk. How great is that? They're so beautiful. They're just twists of cheese. It's all braided and twisted together, and there's a little knot on the end. It's like a little tassel. All right, let's give that a taste. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Very, very, very salty. Really needs to be eaten with bread or some kind of cracker. It reminds me a little bit of smoked mozzarella. Very smoky. And similarly, like mozzarella, you can shred it like string cheese. How fun. And has a similar kind of slightly chewy bite to it. I want to eat this because it's so beautiful. It's called Deva. Deva, I guess, references the little girl that's on the cover of the bar. It's a very old candy, she says. Beautiful bar, and it says Deva up close, embossed. Ooh, and it smells boozy. And it is boozy. It has a nice flavor of rum, and then once that flavor of the rum dissipates, you get a nice chocolatey, creamy meltiness to it. It's nice. It's not so strong that you can't taste the chocolate, which I like. Traducine slovenské ziemačky. Sorry. These are potato chips, and they look to be onion flavored. Here's a potato chip. They're all about that size. Nice crisp potato chip. Light on the onion flavor too, but it is oniony. A little bit different than our sour cream and onion. Tiny bit sweet. Great potato flavor. And yeah, not at all greasy. Even lighter, I would say, than, say, the Lay's potato chips that we have here, or Walker's chips, as you guys call them in the UK. A little less greasy. They almost taste baked. Scrumptious. This is made by Figaro, and it's called Zelene Jabloko. And this is an apple-flavored chocolate bar. Little Miss B says they come in a lot of flavors, but apple is her favorite. Here's the chocolate bar with little crowns on it. Very cute. Inside is a filling. And, whoa, it's a little bit ooey gooey. Very interesting. So as I showed you, the texture of the filling is kind of oozy and goozy, a bit like honey. And of course the texture is just like milk chocolate, snappy and creamy, but the flavor doesn't taste like chocolate at all. It tastes kind of fruity, and as I said, a bit like a scented eraser. I actually don't taste much chocolate, which is really puzzling, because it looks just like chocolate. Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence of that because I love chocolate so much and the flavor of chocolate that when I don't taste it, I feel a little bit cheated. But texture is really quite fun. When you bite it, you get this kind of crisp outside and then gooey kind of center. This one's made by Figaro as well, and it's called Doxy. How cute! Little Miss B says these ones are also very old, and they are so adorable. Look! This one's a pair of cherries. They remind me of the Papabubble candies that I had, and I'll put the link down below that were made in New York City. These are a little bit bigger, but similar technique. This one's a little caterpillar. How stinking cute. This one's got to be my favorite. A mushroom. Adorable. I'm going to eat that one. Yum. It's orange. It's just a hard candy with a very cute design. And this one is orange flavored. Yum. Kukurinchne. Chrumky. Miss B tells me this is a very traditional snack that's eaten at lots of parties. And it's called Horalky. And it smells like peanut butter. Oh, and look how cute. They look like a little puff snack with little flecks of brown on it. Wow. They actually taste a lot like Bamba. Bamba was a snack that I had in Israel. I'll put the link down below, which is a peanut butter flavored snack, and that's what these are. These are corn kind of puffs, a bit like a Cheeto or something like that, of course without the cheese. And then it's covered in this peanut butter flavored powder. It's great. This is actually saltier than Bamba. Bamba was actually kind of sweet and very peanut buttery. This actually has a lot of salt on it. So it does that kind of sweet and salty kind of thing. But it's good. Mäta, and this is a wafer snack made by the company Sedita. And indeed, it's a great big wafer bar. There it is. Oh, and I can smell the mint already. Let's give it a taste. Here we go. That's got to be one of my favorite wafer snacks because it's chocolate and mint. So in between the wafer layers is some cream, which I think might be infused with the mint, and the outside is just the thinnest coat of dark chocolate. It's great. I love it. This one looks like a whole lot of fun, and this is called Pikao. And Miss B tells me that this is just squirted into your mouth. So I shall do that. Oh yes. And it looks like it's going to be chocolate. All right, so let's go ahead and do it. Here we go. It's more of like a syrup rather than a paste. It's a little bit thinner than a paste consistency. It's shiny and dark, and it's chocolatey. It's delicious. It's very cocoa-y, so it tastes a bit like chocolate milk. It's quite sweet, but it's delicious. I could see why kids would just walk around sucking this out of a tube. It tastes like Hershey's chocolate syrup to me. A little bit more chocolatey than Hershey's syrup. This would probably make a really delicious chocolate milk, actually. Horalky, Little Miss B said this is a classic. And similar to the Mäta, it looks like to be a wafer bar. This time the chocolate is just on the perimeter. It's a wafer, as you could hear by the crunch. A little kiss of chocolate. And peanuts. It's like a little bit peanut buttery. I definitely like the Mäta better, but I think it's because I love mint. I also like how it's just dipped on the perimeter, so you can still see the wafer in the middle. Very pretty. Oh, this looks delicious. This is called Tatiana, and this is made by Figaro again. Yes. And I'm guessing, based on its shape, that there's a hazelnut in the middle of this little dome. Let's find out. Here we go. So on the very outside, you have a nice milk chocolate, and then you have a nougat layer, which is nice and smooth and creamy as well. And then in the center, you have a roasted hazelnut. Delicious! Roasted whole hazelnut, I should say. And the hazelnut gives it a really beautiful crunch and roasted nutty flavor. Fan-stinking delicious-tastic. Sojové Rezy. And Little Miss B says this is made from soy. Look at this. It looks like marzipan. It's a solid kind of paste. Ooh, but it smells like peach or apricot. How curious. Wow. It's more of a crumbly dough, actually, rather than a paste. It has a very distinct flavor that's a little bit coconutty, a little apricot-y, and a little nutty. Kind of, the texture actually reminds me a bit of marzipan, which is made out of ground up almonds. I can't quite get my finger on what that flavor tastes like. It tastes slightly boozy too. Yeah, it almost tastes like an almond coconut apricot extract or something. Very interesting. This is called Romanca, and it just means romance. Look, it's a giant biscuit. Look at that beautiful texture. It's nubbly. Can you see that? It has little buttons on it. Just a simple vanilla cookie with a filling of chocolate. Very similar to some of the sandwich cookies that we could find here in the States, with the vanilla cookie and the chocolate center. Yeah, very simple cookie. I think very popular among kids. Košicky Med. So this is made in the second biggest city in Slovakia, called cassis. She says there's a special honey filling in the middle, a wafer on the bottom, and chocolate on the top. Wow. But a very, very sweet center. That's kind of fluffy like marshmallow, but not chewy. Filled with nuts. Peanuts, actually. So it's sweet and peanutty. And then the wafer has a slight crispness, but it's a little bit soft because it's in contact with that very sweet honey filling. And just a touch of chocolate. Yeah, it's almost more like a cake than a wafer or a cookie in terms of its texture. Not bad. The flavors are good, but it's a little bit too sweet for me. And lastly, we have another Figaro bar, and it's called Rumba. Ooh, this looks beautiful. Look at that patterning. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a dark chocolate ingot. Oh, and this one smells liquored too. All right, let's give that a taste. This has, to me, a very kind of refined gentleman flavor to it. Not that I've ever eaten a refined gentleman, but the outside is dark chocolate, which is nice and bitter, not really overly sweet. The filling is dark chocolate, and it's boozy as well. Not as boozy as the Deva, but still has a bit of that alcohol flavor to it. It's not as sweet as a lot of chocolates are, so I think that's what makes it feel more old man-y. But it's delicious. I really like it. While it tastes like chocolate, it tastes like a little bit something else. A little bit raisiny, and maybe a little bit coffee or chicory-like. It doesn't taste entirely all chocolate, but I can't quite place what it is. But still, I like it. All right, so that concludes my taste of Slovakia. Thanks so much, Little Miss B, for sending me this package of Slovakian treats. It was a real delight. First taste of Slovakia, and I loved it. And let me know in the comments below if you've had any of these treats before, and if so, if you have any fond memories about them. I want to know. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys learned something, and I shall see you in my next video. Toodaloo, take care, bye. So these are called miri meshi, which is a combination of military and meshi. Meshi means food. So this is a type 2 miri meshi, and type 2 is called paku meshi. Paku meaning packs. So these come in different packs, and it includes this awesome thing. I'm so excited to check this out.